Oh, I saw
This is how
good bird.
This is how we get jump scared. Actually, ah! I was not ready.
But yeah, we saw a cool little bird. Go, Carrie, go.
Petrified. All right. We should be ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so today we're running Outlast. Obviously an horror game, but it's not a glitchless, so we're gonna skip most of it. I'm gonna warn if there's like some sensible content. But yeah, basically, in 100% you have 32 notes and 32 documents. So note is recording as I just collected one. This one's really important to not forget because sometimes you just finish run and 31 missing and you just wanna cry, obviously. And yeah, here I'm gonna do my first pitch because this game is really broken. So I can just tell on like the top collision of the scaffolding, and it's a bit RNG. So here I got bad luck, the level didn't load in time. No, like too big of a deal, you can just back it up. Oops. By going in here. So that was just like a real skill to keep going around here and in between these bookshelves. But we're gonna see more soon. So here's our first document. So basically this run is gonna be a collect data because like any percent in this game is really short. Like I could already be at the end of the game by now because that's how the game is. That's basically because like there's 8 chapters in this game and like only one chapter is loaded at once. Like there's specific case where it's not really true basically in like transitions. But the thing is that even though the models on collision aren't loaded, the checkpoints always are, so it allows for native sequence break through the game. Oops. And here, that's one of the biggest glitches in this game. So, like as you just saw, I close the door and suddenly I can press through the walls. That's because when you hold the door or when you vault over things, there's other specific things that we'll see later. The game reduces temporarily your hitbox, but somehow if you how do you say? If you stay close to walls or like anything that has collisions, the game will maintain your small hitbox, and either it allows you to go through like space that you're not supposed to fit in, basically vaulting over stuff like reduce your hitbox by like it's twice smaller. A door it's like a fourth of your basic hitbox, and also sometimes as I just did, the game doesn't detect like collision with the wall, so the wall just unload and you're free to go out of bounds and do basically what you want. But yeah, doors are really the biggest thing that breaks this game, because also allows for another glitch that we're gonna see in a sec, which is called door hopping. So basically, if I open a door slowly, oh, maybe, okay, we won't see it, I missed my cycle, but we'll see it later. But basically, if you open a door slowly, because you can either click a door and Miles, which is our main character, will just like do a short animation, or you can hold the mouse button and like drag the door with him. And basically, if you do that, you can open a door and jump on it while it's opening. And good thing is, the developers didn't intend that to go like on top of doors, so most of the time there's just no collision, and it's gonna allow for good game building. So here's our buddy. We can skip him, but I failed it. Basically, the guy starts to smash the door as soon as you press one of the 2 buttons I pressed earlier, like any SB2. But if you, like if I did the out of one strat, I could have landed in the level room, and then you can like glitch to this part later and just like a bit faster instead of going up these stairs twice. But instead we're just doing that, and since I'm doing this route I can clip here, which I can't with the fastest one. This clip is like really easy. You just go to the wall, lean. There's like a lean right and lean left key. And usually you're not supposed to be able to lean while moving, but there's some specific spot where you can, and most of the time, once again, you just unload. No, Ikion, the person following you, just wants to smash your head, sadly. But yeah, here I also did a save and quit, so it's just to skip a cutscene. That's the only cutscene you can skip that way in the game. There's like a lot of cutscene skip we're gonna do. That's also one of the reasons I submitted Outlast 100% this year, because there used to be a 4.5 minute cutscene in the category, but this year there's been a skip that's been found, and that takes like 3.5 minutes. And other.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. It was really good, because even though the cutscene was nice to do a pause during the run, it's way better to just, get past. And so there's also a lot of other time save. Like, I think there's been 5 minutes of time save this year that's been found, so it's pretty cool. So here, usually you don't backtrack, but I'm just not gonna show what this guy is doing, because, yeah, he's doing stuff to body auto skip. And yeah, that's just, a note I need to record, so I can't really do anything about that. And basically, what I was saying earlier is that you can skip this cutscene by save and quitting. That's the only one you can do, but save and quitting is also really powerful. As I said at the beginning, you can use it to... Oh wait, wrong door. You can use it to do my 6 transrect, which I'll do here. So, like this is second chapter. And basically, what I'm gonna try is to skip every single checkpoint except the first one. So that way, once I have all the collectibles, I can just save and quit back to the beginning of prison, which lets us reach the next chapter a lot faster by doing another round. So right now, once again, I reduce my box, I unload the wall, and here I'm at the end, which you're not supposed to do like this, because it's a really lengthy process to get here. Casually, you go through like several cutscenes, but you can reach this early. And even though I'm at the end, I'm just gonna backtrack a bit by doing another out of round. Or not. Ooh, okay. So that's one of the worst parts of this chapter, because that's quite hard. Thankfully, I didn't fall on the lower floor. That's like really the worst thing to do. So I'm just gonna try again.
That
Okay.
wall hitbox thing is just so wild to watch.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh fuck. Okay, and here the last part. So once again I reduce my box just because there's a checkpoint right after this door, so if I edit the wall purpose of doing this route, it's broken. And now I'm back at the beginning of prison, and I can just door hook on this door. And by letting myself up here, I hit the next chapter. So we're already in chapter 3, like the first, like there's 8 chapters in Outlast. The first run is gonna be like 2/3 of the run, so it's everything, like most of the chapters is gonna be kind of short. And then there's just the last chapter that's pretty boring, but we have to go through. But for now, it's different part, so here another 7 quit, just because faster than shimmy back in between like the 2 wooden ports.
And Skun, is this a good time for a few donations?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We have actually few. We'll have a lots of love for you, for your run, to boost you up for the rest of 30 minutes estimate remaining.
Awesome.
We have, first, I'll go with the $5 donation from Saidai. I know the person, I just haven't read the name ever, so I don't know the pronunciation. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. And with a lovely caption of yay. We always love to see and hear some yay.
Yay.
And then we have 2 $10 donations, one from Anonymous and one from Nikki209 herself. And both with the same caption of good luck, Skun. we also love to see it, and hope this propels you forward into this lovely run. I love the back seating from Hiken, who's really really trying to find the good part of this game, which it's full, of course. But yeah, good luck on your run, and keep rocking it.
Thank you for the donation and the support. But sadly, I just failed like a dumbass. But that's just thing that happened. So yeah, here I just lost half a minute by failing a jump. That happens sometimes. And yeah, so we're still in the third chapter. It's not the most interesting one because there's only 3 collectibles. Like there's 2 chapters like that where there's nothing to collect, and you just fly to the end as fast as you can. I mean, that's basically speedrunning, but you know what I mean, since it's an 100% run. And yeah, so basically I skipped a lot of the chapter. You're supposed to turn 2 dots to flush the water down, access the lower part, climb down 2 stairs, and but 1 stair that takes probably 15 seconds to climb, or even more, like a really long stair. But we can't just skip all of that because the beginning part and the later part are on the same floor, level, whatever you call it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, you can just go to the ceiling otherwise. And we're already done with sword, so now it's gonna be one of the most interesting chapters, because this one has gone through like several reviews, and like this is like one of the chapters that's been really broken this year, including the 4.5 minute cutscene we had before. I'm gonna try to explain all of that. So first, I need to jump on this railing like this, and I jump in the wall, and yeah. So here it's a frame perfect pose, but you can't pose buffer it, as you so like I got it second try, it's not too bad. But if you pose, like basically you're forced to pose like, wait, okay, I wasn't getting smart. Like even if you get first try, like you have to pose here because this to load the wall, because this is like a thing that works in several places in the game where we're gonna see it again later, and where we're gonna see it now because I built my tree. Oops, okay, we won't. That's too faster to do that way. But basically, if you're like really in the middle of the wall while it's loading, the gamer will try to push you out, but if you're like perfectly in the middle and you just go forward, like the game won't know which way it needs to push you, so it will just push you upwards. And here it's used to, well, go on top of the map. It's a really annoying trick. I just practiced the blood, but it's like a big run killer, especially in shorter calories, because as I said, it's a frame perfect trick, and if you miss it, like if you put the frame too late, you just have to save and quit, do it again. It's like tough time. But
frame
anyway.
perfect in a game that looks like it runs at a lot of frames seems.
Yeah,
well, I'd say it looks like it runs at a lot of frames. I actually don't know what the FPS of this game is, but it just looks a lot smoother than the games that I run, aka Celeste. So a frame perfect trick on this looks like it'd be way harder.
Actually, it only runs at 62 FPS. But yeah, that's quite a lot.
True.
Thankfully, like by putting up my reporter notebook, because in the of the game you're reported that just investigate on this asylum because he gets Mr. Trumbo with the blower, and like you can plot your reporter's notebook, which has basically all the not sent documents that I'm collecting right now. And if you do that like this, like it's bind on my middle mouse button, so I can just click it while playing. If you press that, then escape, you have a little buffer to press it again, and it will just like frame advance. So post buffering is actually not too bad in this game, thankfully, because like there's also frame perfect trick later in the run. I mean, depending on the route I get, if I get the beginner route, I have to do it. And the frame perfect trick is like really hard because there's no queue comparing to the one I just did. But we'll get that when we'll be there. For now, I'll just perform basically the biggest trick in this gallery. So by door hopping and getting in this shimmy space from up, my hitbox is reduced to like basically a point. I will see when I go through what I want to go through, how little it is. But like that's basically the smallest hitbox you can get, and that's what allowed to save 3.5 minutes because basically the cutscene we're gonna skip was the only way to access the second floor of the mail ward, which is where I am. And here, thanks to this trick, we can just go in between the stairs and the railing as I just did. And also, once we're in, we can exit through this little gap. And we're on the second floor without like watching a really long cutscene. And now I just have to glitch into the room where you're supposed to end because it won't activate the next part if I don't. So here, when I just open the door, it does that, and I soft lock. That's
Oh no!
I think that can happen. So we're losing a minute. It's not a big deal. I mean, touching that can happen. So I'll just have to do the skip game, and I will take like the really safe route. Basically, like failing the route I try to do is takes more time than soft locking, so it's always worth like doing it once, since like it's not too bad to try again, like this. But yeah, here I just do like that. Yeah, I'm just focusing really quick because if I lose my box right here, it's gonna be really bad. Like this. Okay. Because if you lose your hitbox, once you get past like the first, or I mean, once you enter the stairs, but before you leave it, you can't exit, which is fun. So you're also soft locked. Like there's a lot of ways to soft lock during this clip. But anyway, the reason we came to the second floor is just actually to get 2 notes, 1 note and 1 document actually. So here is gonna come Dr. Trigger, which is mad scientist, which, as you can see, like I have blood in my on my hands now. It's because he cut 2 of my fingers to sell them or something. I don't really remember because it's been a long time I haven't went in this cutscene. But yeah, you're supposed to be mad at you, like cut your fingers and then you escape. Ooh, and the game lags really bad. Okay, it's back. I don't know why the game went to FPS for a second. But yeah, yeah, you see the FPS counter on top, right? It was like 2.6 somehow.
Oh, good.
Good computer. So here, if you hear the sound being weird, it's just because since I did like the skip, we don't know why it happened, but the game lagged a lot, and the audio just dies due to lag. It's gonna be fixed in a second when I save and quit. But right now it's just trying. So here's my note, and I just save and quit. So this save and quit is not mandatory, especially for a marathon run, because it saves only 2 seconds in-game time, so it uses like 3 RTA, but I don't want to kill your peers. Next, there's a lot of save and quit in this game that saves really few time. A lot that saves like 0.6 because it lets you do a technique to enter the chapter faster, but I'm not gonna do any of. I mean, I'm gonna do one for this reason, but I'm not doing most of them because it uses 5 seconds real time for 0.6 in-game time, so not possible. And here I am at the end of my walk, so I took the checkpoint and went to the document after to do a save walk, but also because you're forced to reload here. I skipped the world second part of Mirror, which is like the guy we saw like in the room fire, like he just puts fire on the lower part of main world, and you need to turn on these blinkers, and you need to do that for the courtyard to load. But even if you don't, the checkpoint is still here. So if you just take the checkpoint with unloaded courtyard, then save and quit, it's just gonna load by itself and save like 2 to 3 minutes, or a lot of time, basically. So courtyard is another of those small chapter like swords. There's only 3 things to get, and there's 19 one. And I like the last one is at the end, so now I'm just gonna do big skips to avoid most of courtyard, which is pretty boring. You're supposed to go on top of roofs, like time later. Like laders are really long in this game, like speedrunners, laders. Then go on top of the roof, and you basically get here. But once again, just with this solid blocks, you get in between the pole and the wall, and you're here. So what I just did here is one of the 7.6, but the reason I do it, it's like really dumb. As I said, lagging can mess up this sound, but for some reason, if the game lags too much, it messes up your DPI. Like, your DPI can literally go to like 5, which is awful to say. And most of the time the game will lag here, so instead of, just getting my mouse screwed up, I just save and quit every time to save it.
That's good that there's like backups like that you can do to make sure that it doesn't like mess you up too much.
Yeah, thankfully serves a lot, because for some reason like there's a lot of places where you can like either soft lock or get speed bait again. Like right after the ledge, I just run in here. You can also like get soft lock. Like even if you play casually, sometimes you just drop down and you get stuck on a random collision. Like I don't know how they didn't come across this, but that's how it is. So sometimes you lose a run to that. And we're already in the 6th chapter. So right now I'm gonna do a wall ride. So once again we just made the box. Recorded not out of bounds. Believe it or not, this knot is way easier to get out of bounds than the intended way for some reason. Oh, okay. So I just jumped through a window. Like so, there is a window here. But if you just jump at the right spot, you can clip through kinda. Like I got lucky to go through, but even if you don't, there's another backup where you just lean into the wall and the wall unloads and you're on the other side. And okay, here I'm gonna take this checkpoint early to save warp, because going into this lower part is and backtracking out is quite long. So here I do, and now I'm gonna do boost up. So if you remember when I said with the frame perfect quick, like if you inside the wall while it's loading, the game will try to push you out. Oh. Okay, that was kind of weird. But basically, here I'm getting a wall ride on this door. I'm trying to get a wall ride on this door.
New objective: follow the blood.
Yeah, good objective to do.
No, I've heard from Hiken it's ketchup. Am I missing something on the lore, whatever?
Yeah.
No, by the way, if it's a good time for interrupting you, is it a good time?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, okay. Because we had a new donation from SimpleX of $15 with no comments, and really big thank you, which propels us into the next bid war, or no, not bid war, it's an incentive, sorry. Because the unsighted, not the unsighted, I'm messing up, sorry. The Yoku's Island Express or Red Berries incentive has been met fully with this donation, which is now $75 have been met towards Red Berries. So we will see Red Berries in Yoku's Island Express, whatever that means. I don't know. We'll know all together. And we're officially opening the Ozu showcase from lots of people. It will be past Gauntlet, so it will be like Coral and Ryu will have 2 tries to pass extremely hard Ozu maps. I can't even do easy ones, so whatever that will mean. And it will be met with $100. So keep. No, actually, start donating for this incentive, because it will be, I don't know, mind-blowing, whatever you say in this case. And I'll leave you back the stage, Skun, if you're ready.
Yeah, it's fine with me. And thank you for the donation, because Orb is goated.
Arb is goated, this is true.
I'm saying that even though I haven't run Orb in a year, but don't mind me. Anyway, here I'm just doing, once again, a lot of glitching to go through this chapter. Like, this chapter is... oh, the game is playing again. 1.2 FPS, new record. Great.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so this chapter is gonna have like a lot of boring parts, sadly. That's when the boring part of Outlast starts. Here we still have like a few glitches, so it's right. But basically here I need to record this for like maybe half a minute. I don't really know. I just know the audio cue to stop recording, but you can read the subtitles if you want a bit of go, but they're gonna talk about the morphogenic engine, which is it's kind of hard to explain because it's Outlast lore, but I think it's a thing that uses like dreams of the asylum page. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say, but the guy that go in mental asylum, like they're just gonna, like it uses their dream to control another of the birds, stuff like that. Like Outlast story is really complicated. But yeah, basically right now I'm just recording it. As soon as it says here I can stop, but since I recorded a bit of the wall, of the door frame earlier, I wait a bit to be sure to get 100% of the game. And yeah, that's kind of boring right now.
So this is required for 100%.
Yeah, sadly it is.
Oh no!
Like, if I did correctly in like 15 seconds, maybe less, I should get the camera in my... yeah, exactly like this on the paper note, like there's a camera, so that means I got the recording, thankfully. Because if you don't, your run is dead. Because this recording... Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so unless I missed it, and if I did, I apologize. What constitutes 100% in this game?
You need all note, which is things you record, where you just gotta record things with your camera, and notes and documents, which are the blue things with paper in it.
Sure.
And there's 31 of each, but the game gives you 2 for free. Like you, okay, things I haven't said and I can't say it right now because we get another really long note. Like here, Father Martin's gonna die, so we're just waiting for him to die. But at the beginning of the run, I just loaded an existing save file because if you do a new game, you are granted with a 1.5 minute cutscene where you can do nothing. You're just in your car, you listen to the radio, and then Miles gets the document, blah blah blah, gets out of this car. So the community decided that you can't just start your speedrun from outside of the car because, well, it'd be really boring if you add the cutscene every time, especially if you consider that any percent is 8 minutes something, and you can like easily restart within the first 10 seconds. But I got a document during this cutscene, which is basically just the message from the whistleblower telling us to investigate the asylum. And I'll get one during one of the cutscenes in the next chapter for free too, where Chris, which is the big guy we'll see a few times in the run, gonna die. Oops. I just fell here, so if you fell here, so no really back up.
I have a question from Blue Eye in chat saying, so the intro is not timed, or do timers start with that added?
No, it's not timed. The timer starts on the first movement from the when you load the save file.
Gotcha.
So it's really cool. But yeah, even though we timed the intro like as long as we skip it, it's really cool compared to some games like old Zelda where you have like 5 minutes of cutscene before you start to run. And here I'm gonna try to do a boost up. So okay, like this. So this boost up is not too hard, but sometimes the wall just falls you and doesn't load. And you can jump in the lab. So this is a strat that loses time in the chapter I was in, which we are the return to admin, but it points you further in lab, and it skips 2 notes because so it's gonna be like a lot of cutscene yet. Because not gonna lie, lab is pretty boring. Like sadly, all the glitches and stuff, and most of the glitches and stuff are done for this run. Like we're just gonna like run and collect things and watch cutscenes because well, that's how it is. But
that's just how it is.
Yeah. But thankfully, 100% is the most interesting of the career in lab because you actually have stuff to do instead of just running. Because like in every other career, the only thing you do is running and watching cutscene. But here you sometimes go out of your way, take some documents. There's a bit of stuff. Like compared to any percent, which like in any percent, there's a glitch that brings you where I am right now. I mean, not this cutscene, but the first time I went here, like in the corridor, from the first 15 seconds of the game, because like this checkpoint is right at the beginning of the game. When you start, like there's bushes to your right, and if you just climb on the bushes, it's not easy at all, but you can. And if you climb onto the bushes and jump out of one, the right spot, you just hit this checkpoint within 13 seconds, and you're basically done with the game since you skip 80% of it.
Jeez.
Here I'm trying to skip. Okay. But yeah, any percent is really broken. And so what I just did here is cutscene skip, kinda, because you're supposed to be stuck in this room while the guy talks. But even though you can exit the room, this door is still closed until he finishes to talk, and it's gonna take like a minute and a half. But since it's 100%, I can leave some of the collectibles behind me, so you can leave only 3, like every other one is locked. And you can collect them during the cutscene as I'm doing right now, and you see like I can like take a bit of time to claim stuff because I'm on a high curl, let's say. So it saves quite a lot of time because you can skip the collectibles and you can do the skip from the previous chapter to go further in this one. That skips a few collectibles too.
Cool.
And now I'm doing an insane 0.2 second time save.
Whoa!
Believe it or not, like any percent runners reset over that when they miss it.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're skipping 80% of the game, then like that 0.2 means a lot in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Like the top runners are, I don't know what the difference between first and second right now, but it's maybe like 0.3 seconds, so it's quite a lot. It changed recently because there was a technique named the hopes that's been banned. Basically, if you like you see, I'm running since the beginning of the run, but if you jump and jump again, like the first frame you land, you can save 0.2 per jump. But it's been discovered like pretty recently, like a month ago, that it's PC dependent. So there's been a vote, and it's now banned. And it's not a bad thing because actually, like it kind of ruins the fun of the game since any person relied on just hitting perfect jumps through 8 minutes of the run. And like basically, even like for recorders and openers agree that that's just a thing that's been banned. Just makes the game a lot better. But anyway,
I love those decisions where it's like quality of life and fun is actually like more important. Like, hey, listen, this kind of sucks, so like let's just.
Yeah, like even before it was PC dependent, like a lot. Oh, the lag again. 1.04 FPS, new record. Let's go. Will we get someone? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people like already thought it ruined the fun of the game. But you know, like it's this kind of stuff. Like once one guy do it and get a world record with it, you're kind of forced to do it.
Right.
But actually, like the new world record is only like it's less than a second faster than the old with the ops. Even though like the old one maybe I had like 15 ops, which is supposed to take like 2 seconds or something. But just because you know like less frame perfect stuff to it, so you finish more runs. So yeah, it just makes the game a lot better. Oops, I hit the bird here. Also, what I'm doing here in the lab is just during the long cutscene, I clicked through the door. Like the guy said, basically you need to kill this guy, which controls the nano robot. So right now I'm just cutting the water supply and electricity that keeps him alive. Because that's how it is, sadly. We're gonna kill him. And that's everything you have to do. Like there's no big skip in lab. There's several like theoretical skip, like valve skip. Like if you could skip the valve and come in this room right away, it would skip like a minute. And you could also skip like the really long cutscene and save like another 2 minutes, but we haven't found any of that through the years. So for now it's just while running. So I'm gonna get my last document in a sec after unplugging the wires that keeps him alive. So here a small skip, you can just, it's not even like, I mean it's a skip, but like small skip by going here instead of earn stairs. And there's the bigger skip that we can do here. Instead of going back into the decontamination room and the dark corridor, you can just climb on this desktop and jump in here. There's a cutscene that catches you up. You can't because if you fell down, like you die from fall damage. So it's like actually a way to jump all the way down without getting the cutscene, but if you don't get the cutscene, it won't trigger the next one, which you need to trigger the end of the game, sadly. And yeah, now we're pretty much at the end, so I just have a final cutscene. So here I can cancel the animation of my putting his fire on the canner by crouching at the same time. That's like maybe 0.2 times save, but it's free to do. So there's been a few of that to run. I haven't talked about it because I was too busy talking about other things and I'm not organized when it comes to quantity. But yeah, basically now we're in the last cutscene. This guy, which is like the nano robot stuff thing, which was controlled by the guy we just killed, like as you can see on the circle thing, so it's just like Billy soup, like right in front of you, because I don't know how, but you just remove the water supply and the electricity supply and suddenly you get shred. Don't ask me on the lore. But yeah, now we are the World Rider, because once again it's up with the lore, like the World Rider needs a host that's like broken mentally and physically, or like hurt, something like that. And even though we skip like a lot of cutscenes, if you do the game casually, it makes sense. And now we're just
new objective, get out.
Get out. Yeah.
I was gonna say, why would this person be broken mentally and physically? I could not imagine.
Yeah, mentally it's because like you go through a lot. We don't see that, but and physically it's like basically the cutscene where you're supposed to get your finger cut with skipped, and a lot of stuff happened to Miles. And now we're just getting to the end, so I'm gonna give the countdown. So time stop in 3, 2, 1, now. So that was Outlast. Now
GG, lovely run.
Since it's 100%, we need to check if we have everything, because I'm not sure. So I'm gonna count real quick. Okay, we have our notes. And we have all documents. So yeah, that was Outlast 100%.
Hando, yeah!
Yes! We did it!
I know. I think I put too generous estimates, so I hope I'm not too far ahead of you.
You're not very far. You're very, very close to the estimate, actually. You're just 1 minute and 40 seconds earlier. So it's perfect. You really timed it perfectly. And also in a great time, because we have to thank Frozen for the massive raid. Thank you, Frozen. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So, cool. Do you want to shout out everyone? Do you want to drop us your link to your Twitch account or whatever you want to...
Yeah, just shout out to Boss because I know Boss loves horror games speedrun, and yeah, it's pretty fun. That's all I have to say. Yeah, thank you for hosting me.
Yeah, thank you for this run. We love every second of loving and sweet energy from Outlast. We really sweet energy and lots of cash up apparently. And another big thank you to Frozen. A massive thank you to Carrie, who really. Can I say work their ass off for this event? But really huge thank you to Carrie. Really shout out to her. And we'll be back in a bit, I think, with the Yoku Highland Express. If I'm not missing anything, but not effing.
Nah, you're on track. You're right.
Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all. I'll see you in the chat.
Bye.
So since we have a lot of... I can speak right, I think? Can you hear me? Hi? It's still me. I'll bother you for another run and then I'll drop off, have dinner somewhere. And I'll just bother you to say... I remember. Okay, since there's a lot of new people, who are we? Who are we? We're as mysterious channel CelesteCommunity, even if I think it's quite self-explanatory. Welcome to ARCHIETHON, the lovely bird that you see on the top left and which will jump scare us quite some time in this horror block and also later, probably. It's a speedrunning marathon hosted by Celeste runners playing unique Celeste categories. It's a twist just to fit Celeste into our marathon, and variety of other games. For now, we only saw variety of other games. ARCHIETHON has been hosted on this channel. You can also follow us on the socials. For example, CelesteCommunity on Twitter. Join the Discord by typing ! Discord. And you'll see lots and lots of bingo tournaments here. And I'll leave you with the music for a while.